Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, today we'll start with the topic Mendel's principles of heredity. So, in this, we'll understand how the scientist Mendel carried out the experiment on pea plant to help us understand the transfer of characters from one generation to another generation, that is, to understand inheritance of characters. So let us see how the scientist Mendel carried out this experiment of heredity. Genetic material is transferred in equal quantity from parents to progeny, that is, offspring. Principles of heredity are based upon this fact. If both the parents make equal contribution to inheritance of characteristics, which characteristics will appear in the progeny? Mendel carried out research in this direction and put forth the principles of heredity responsible for such inheritance. The experiments performed by Mendel almost a century ago are quite astonishing. All the experiments were based upon visible characteristics of pea plant. These characteristics are as follows. So these are some characteristics which he took under consideration, like shape of the seed, color of the seed, color of flower, shape of pod, color of pod, position of flower, height of plant. Okay, these all are the characters he took into consideration, and then he also came to know which is dominant and which is recessive. Dominant means that character which can express itself in the next generation. So the physical appearance which is visible is actually the dominant character most of the time. Recessive can only express itself in absence of dominant chromosome. So here you are supposed to remember, recessive will only able to express only when dominant is absent. It means when both the gene responsible for that particular character present in the chromosomes, okay, in absence of dominant characters or the dominant gene. So here some dominant and recessive characters of human beings are also given, like rolling of tongue, non-rolling of tongue, presence of hair on arms, these are dominant, absence of hairs on arms, these are recessive. Black and curly hair, this is dominant character. Brown and straight hair, this is a recessive character. Free earlobe, okay, the earlobes are free, this is dominant, and attached earlobe, it's a recessive character. So how he did this experiment, let us understand. We shall study the following crosses to understand conclusion of Mendel experiment. First is monohybrid cross. In this experiment, Mendel brought about the cross between two pea plants with only one pair of contrasting characters. This type of cross is called a monohybrid cross, where only one contrasting character or one pair of contrasting character is taken into consideration. So as to study the monohybrid ratio, let us consider the characteristics like plant height with a pair of contrasting characteristics, tall pea plant and dwarf pea plant. So he selected two pea plant, one was tall in nature, the other was dwarf, means short in nature, short in height. So here there are some terms to be understood. Parental generation denoted by P1. Okay, so it's P1 denoting parental generation, is first generation, the parent which we are going to, or Mendel had crossed them. Tall pea plants and dwarf pea plant were discussed or were used in this cross. Hence this parent generation. Mendel referred to all tall and dwarf plants as dominant and recessive respectively. The tall plant was referred to as dominant because all plants in the next generations were tall. So why tall plant was referred as dominant? So as the new generation obtained from those plants, they were all tall. It means they are dominant. The dwarf plant was referred to as recessive because this characteristic did not appear in the next generation. Yes, I said you. So the recessive characters, they cannot express itself unless the dominant characters are absent. This experiment has been presented by Punnett square method as shown in below. Okay, so this one. Okay, so depending upon this observation, Mendel proposed that the factors responsible for inheritance of characteristics are present in pairs. Today we refer to these factors as genes. To dominant genes are denoted by capital letters, whereas recessive genes are denoted by small letters. As genes are present in pairs, tall plants are denoted by capital T and dwarf plants denoted by small t. During gametogenesis, these genes separate from each other. Due to this, two types of gametes, one containing factor T, another containing factor small t, are formed. So let us understand in this table. Okay, so here you can see there are parental generation P1, one is tall, the other one is dwarf. The gene composition like genotype is 2 capital T because our characteristics are decided by the pair of genes, and for dwarf it will be 2 small t because this is recessive and this is dominant. So what gametes are formed from them? Gamete will have only one out of the pair. Okay, so it's one T capital T over here from coming from this parent and one small t coming from this parent. So that will give us gametes, individual gamete, and this individual gamete will unite. They will unite to give us a new offspring which will have combination of both the parent, one capital T and one small t. Okay, so this is first filial generation F1, and you can see the composition, one is capital and the one is small. Though it have this composition, the character found in the new generation F1 generation is tall. Okay, but this will be called as hybrid tall. Why? Because one is capital T and the one is small t. So this will be called as hybrid tall. Okay, H tall or hybrid tall. Then if the same generation is treated as parent, now this will be called as P2. Okay, we'll take same such generations, hybrid generations, and we'll make them as parent. So their phenotype will be tall, and genotype will be one capital T, small t, one capital T and small t. So the gametes, possible gametes will be 2. Okay, from each parent there will be 2 possible gametes, one which is T, the other one which is small t. Similarly from the female, one capital T, one small t. Now this combination is called Punnett square method. So here if it's crossed like this, so you get capital T, capital T. If this T cross to this, it will be capital T, small t. If this T cross to this, okay, like this, be capital T, small t. And if this T goes with this T, be small t, small t. So out of this, you can see here the possibility of pure tall is only 1, hybrid tall 2, and dwarf is 1. Okay, and if you see overall the talls are 3 out of 4. So its phenotypic ratio is 3 is to 1. Okay, 3 tall and 1 dwarf. Okay, 3 is to 1. Got it? So this is what the observation of Mendel made it in this. So let us see what he said. In this experiment, Mendel observed that all plants of first filial generation were tall, but he realized that all the plants of F1 generation were different from tall plants of P1 generation because parents of F1 tall plants are tall as well as dwarf plants. Depending upon observation of F1 generation, Mendel concluded that factors of tall plants are dominant over the factors of dwarf plants. though all the plants of in F1 generations were tall, they contain the factor responsible for dwarfness. That is, though phenotype of F1 plant is tall, the genotype is mixed. Phenotype means external appearance or visible characteristics of organisms, for example tallness or dwarfness of plants, whereas genotype means the pairs of genes responsible for visible characteristic. Genotype of P1 tall plants is TT and produce only one type of gamete. Genotype of F1 tall plant is T in small t and it produces two types of gametes. Thus, based on this, we can say that in case of tall plants of F1 generation, P1 and P1 generation, though they show similar phenotype, their genotypes are different. Mendel further continued this experiment and brought about self-fertilization in F1, and from which a second filial generation was produced. So, second filial generation. In this second filial generation, both tall and dwarf types of plants appeared, and according to the data collected by Mendel, out of 929 pea plants, 705 were tall, 224 were short. Thus, the phenotypic ratio of this plant is 3:1, as I said you, and the genotypic ratio is 1:2:2. So, one is pure hybrid, pure tall, two are hybrid, and one is pure dwarf. Thus, it can be inferred that in F2 generation, phenotypically there are two types of plants, whereas genotypically there are three types. These types are shown in the following table. Okay, here is again to make you understand. The table is given. F2 pure dominant tall, it's homozygous. When it is capital T called as homozygous, or small t, these are also called homozygous. Okay, pure dwarf, yeah, this one, pure dwarf is homozygous. If hybrid tall, how it be? One capital T, one small t. So this will be called heterozygous. Okay. So I hope you have understood about this monohybrid cross. Inshallah, next time we'll discuss dihybrid cross. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.